The actual mechanics of improving conversion rates is quite simply this, Jim. I actually think you need to measure it. I think in a retail outlet that you're in, one of the best ways to improve your conversion rate is to introduce a door counter. And usually you can buy those for about $167. And what you actually do is at the end of each day, you actually go to the counter and see how many customers have come into your store, and you divide that by the number of transactions through your cash register. So therefore, what you can see is that, okay, we've got a problem here. Our problem is not leads. Our problem is conversion rate, because we're only getting 20% conversion rate, which is 2 out of every 10 customers are buying. And just imagine, Jim, if you didn't do anything else and all that you ever did for the next 12 months was equip your salespeople to become problem solvers, not order takers. And they converted because they understood the principle of selling was based on helping people to buy emotionally. And imagine if you could move that conversion rate from 20% to 80%. That would be a marvellous, prosperous business that wouldn't cost you an enormous amount of money to turn around. That is the miracle of conversion. Some of the ideas to really improve conversion rate on a sales floor is the first thing I ask you, and this has come from my experience in Harvey Norman: flat salaries breeds flat performance. And if you want to get the best out of people, fundamentally realise they only listen to one radio station, what's in it for them. And what I've really got to do, Jim, is I've got to make sure that if I have a generous spirit and they earn money, and they earn money based on a retainer plus a commission, then they're actually probably going to spend that money in advance of getting it. So they have to continue to perform at that level moving forwards. That's a very powerful way of actually getting the best out of your people. Reward them generously, give them incentives for an improvement in performance, and understand the profound principle is the more you give, the more you will actually receive. The other things that I would also do is that in improving your conversion rates, I would measure people, I would challenge them to beat their personal bests, and I would ensure that there is a ladder of healthy competition to know how much each person can earn. Because, Jim, you've actually got to remember, in 1957, Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile. In 1957, 400 years prior to that, it was considered impossible that any person could beat the 4-minute mile. When Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile, there were 31 other people in the same year who did it. The key principle is we don't know what we can achieve until our peers have achieved it. One of the greatest single models I've seen is the model of empowerment. Is the belief that the people believe that the business is theirs. There's a sense of winning, and they get self-esteem and self-actualisation through the performance of the business. And people ultimately want to do the best. And I think the great challenge in sometimes the employees is they think the worst of people, so that's what they become. So we always rise to the expectations of what others believe about us. Believe the best, train them that way, and allow them the opportunity of actually being entrepreneurial, where they're rewarded based on their performance. Because don't mistake movement for achievement.